All right, let's do this again. All right, so let's start seated in a chair. We are going to do about 20 minutes of some chair practice today. A little bit of standing, seated in the chair. And yeah, it's been a while since I posted something, so I'm gonna throw something else up on here and we'll go from there. So I'm Sally, welcome to Accessing Your Practice. Find your way seated into your chair. You're not there yet. And then let's just make sure that our feet are planted firmly onto the ground. Sometimes that means you need to slide up a little bit on your chair. Hands can rest on the thighs, softening the shoulders, and then let's just find a steady round 2 or 3 of breath. Just bringing a little bit of extra attention to your feet, really pressing into the feet, noticing, what parts are lifting the arch of the foot, what parts your foot press a little deeper into the floor. And maybe once you start to bring that awareness into the feet, you might feel a little bit of engagement through the legs. You might even transfer to the hips, lengthening the spine. A gentle reminder that when we connect with our feet, we start to ground down into ourselves. We can feel the presence coming into the whole body physically. I find that's a good reset when maybe mentally or emotionally I'm feeling whelmed or overwhelmed. Take that moment to pause and press into the ground. Finding stability. And let's gently open the eyes if you have them closed. We'll move through cat and cow a few times in the chair. So you want to exhale, draw in through the belly. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulders back. So exhale, a little bit of rounding as you draw in. Bring your back to the back of the chair and inhale, coming forward. Exhale, draw in. Couple more like that. A great thing you can do. You can just, if you're, at work or in your office at home or, whatever reason, you're in a chair, you have this ability to still do our practice. One more breath here. And then finding your way back into just sitting upright, neutral spine. Again, feet stay planted. Let's just sweep the arms up, reach up, extend up, keep the arms lifting. Press down through the feet. Again, that might transfer into the hips and start to lift up through the sides. Keep the shoulders down though. So there's just a lengthening of the spine, traction. And grounding, that ability to root down. So point to stability, we can expand from there. One more breath here. Exhale, let's fold forward. Just come over the legs. Hands can rest around the thighs, around the ground. And slowly inhale, curl yourself back up. Then we are going to stand for this practice. And standing isn't in your repertoire. I apologize. And so from our standing, I'm just going to tilt this up so you can see a little better. There we go. You got your chair. Make sure it's on a mat so it's nice and sturdy so you're not moving around too much. And so what we're essentially going to do, actually, let's first just stand a little closer to the chair. Take a breath in, reach up. So you exhale, fold forward, bring your hands to the chair, find an inhale, a little bit of half lift, press down through the feet, lengthen out through the hips, look forward. And soften a little bit, walk the feet back. So you're more like a downward dog in the chair or with the chair. And from our downward dog, keep the weight into that left foot. Start to pick the right leg up. Oops, stretch back up. Something's behind me here. Again, keep lengthening out through the toes, lengthening out through the chest. Nice long line here. So exhale, draw that knee in, and then we're just going to plant your right foot down onto the chair. So again, the distance you use will depend. And then we're going to pick up your back heel. So just lift up the heel. Hands can stay on the back of the chair, on the seat. If you feel stable enough, you might even reach the arms up. Again, really grounding down through the ball of that left foot, pressing into the right foot, encouraging length. Finding that ability to root. So you rise up, navel draws in, supporting the natural curves of your spine. Exhale, breath. Let's bring the hands down. You can drop that heel down a little bit, look forward, and then we're just going to straighten the front leg as best you can. So it might be a little bent. Maybe you can work to straighten. If your chair is hard, you can always put a little blanket or something on it. Sometimes that's a little rough on the heel. Good. And from here, I'm just going to slide my right foot in a little bit. Let's keep the left hand onto the chair. Bring your right hand to the hip. Lower back. Or maybe start to reach it up. Keep lengthening out through the chest. Keep pressing down through this leg so you can get up nice and tall. Again, that rooting down ability to rise up. Then slowly bring everything back. Let's bend again. Start to lift up the heel of that back leg. Pause. We're moving to a twist again, planting down with the left hand. Right hand can move to the lower back, opening up the chest. Maybe you reach that arm up. And slowly bringing that one down. And this time we're going to drop the back foot to the ground. You can start to walk your right hand on the inside of the right leg. And either staying right here, you can keep your left hand on your hip, or start to reach it up. A variation of extended side angle. And keep pressing down into the legs so you can lift out of the torso. Exhale, breath. Let's bring that left hand down. And slowly taking your time, sliding that right foot off the chair. Find your way into sort of a downward facing dog with the chair. You can stay here if you need to rest. You can walk yourself a little closer and just bring the hands to the chair. Maybe the head rests, or you can just let it hang. Inhale, breath, hands come up, look forward. So you exhale, step the feet back if you had this leg step back. If not, just stay right here. You're already here. And then we'll bring the weight into that right foot. Start to pick up the left leg. Stretch it back, lift the head, the chest, nice long line of energy, evening off the hips. And really rooting down through that right leg to extend up and out. So you exhale, let's draw that left knee towards the chest and then plant the foot down onto your chair. Again, coming onto the heels of that right foot, or the ball of the right foot, sorry. Pause there here, draw the belly in. Hands can stay on the chair, the back of the chair, seat of the chair, or if you feel stable, start to lift up. And drawing the belly in, lifting up. Nice and straight, supporting the natural curves of the spine as you root down to rise. Exhale, breath, bring the hands down, let's lift forward. And dropping that back heel to the ground, we'll straighten the left leg. Again, you might keep it bent a little bit if you need to get the hands to the chair. If you can straighten it, straighten it. And soften and fold. Good. Awesome. And slowly let's bend back into that leg. Oh, we forgot to do the twist. Sorry, let's maybe slide that left foot in a little bit. If you need to scoot your back foot in a bit, you can as well. We'll keep the right hand onto the chair. Start to turn open towards the left. Hand can move to the hip, the lower back. You have space. Feels okay. You might reach the left arm up. Again, really using that quality of the earth. You can press into the ground. It's not going to go anywhere. And just feel it draw all the way up the body to create length through the torso. Point of stability. Once we find that point, we can start to expand from there. And then slowly exhale, come back down. Bending this time into the left leg. Pick up the heel again, and then this time we'll put that right hand to the chair. Again, twisting open so you can bring the hand to the hip, to the lower back, up to the ceiling. One more nice deep breath here. Let's exhale, and this time place that left hand on the inside. We'll plant the right foot to the ground. Keeping that left hand planted, reach the right arm either to the hip, maybe reach it up. Good. Variation of our side angle. Dropping and softening into the left hip so you open the chest. Good. And let's slowly unwind. Just taking your time, sliding that left foot down. Find our downward chair dog. Inhale, breath, looking forward, walk the step up, the feet up to meet the hands. Into a half lift as you exhale, fold down. Just inhale, breath, bring the hands back onto the chair. So you might start at the seat of the chair, feet underneath the hips, and then just start to pick up your right leg, stretch it back. So we've kind of already done this. Your hands can stay onto the seat. Maybe you start to move them onto the top of the chair. And just letting the head drop between the arms as best you can, extending up through the leg, finding a variation of our warrior three. It's a really good way to teach the hips to even off. And from here, let's plant that left hand onto the seat of the chair. Start to open up. You can extend out through that right leg and maybe reach right arm up. You can drop down to the elbow. Again, extending, finding a variation of half moon. And sometimes if you can get your head there, you can rest your head onto the chair seat, back of the chair. And slowly bringing that right hand down. Let's close off the hips and soften down. So the chair is a really good tool to teach us alignment. So you don't really have a lot of space for error. You're not really worried about getting yourself to the ground. It's a really good concrete thing to use. And it's also good if, getting all the way to the ground isn't maybe super comfortable for you. So let's try that on the other side. So let's press down into that right foot. Pick up the left leg. Just stretch it back. And then maybe keep the hands right here. Or you start to move them to the top of the chair. Again, just working with this alignment of warrior three. Hips start to even off. Still keeping that left hip closed to start. We'll get there eventually. Rooting down through that right foot again. That ability to root down gives us that lift. It's like anything, we want to find that point of stability, that place where we can start from. We're all going to have a different point to start from. Once you find that starting point, that place where you can stabilize, you can expand from there. Let's bring the hands back down. Let's keep that right hand planted. Now you can start to open up the hip. Left arm can reach up. You can even keep it on the hip. You can move on to the forearm. Flexing out through the toes again. Just using that quality of grounding, even using the chair, pressing to the forearm to lengthen. And slowly, as you exhale, close it all off. Just plant that foot down. And just soften, let the head rest. Inhale, breath. Press up through the palms, look forward. And let's slowly make our way back to seated in the chair. And from here, let's tee the arms open. And then we're just going to cross that right arm underneath the left, crossing again at the wrist, making eagle arms. Inhale, breath from here. Start to move the elbows, move the arms away from you. Again, using the feet, press down through the feet, draw the belly and lift up through the chest. We're seated, but there's still presence in the body. And then just start to draw your arms over to the right. And as you draw your arms to the right, you can start to turn your head to the left. Good. And bringing everything back to center. Slowly unwinding. Take an inhale, extend, reach up. Open your arms wide. Nice breath. And then let's exhale. Bring that left arm underneath the right, crossing the elbows, maybe down at the wrist. And just pausing to really connect to your feet. Arms start to shift away from you. Belly draws in and lifting up. And this time, bringing your arms over to the left as you turn your head towards the right. And slowly as you inhale, everything can come back to center. Unwind the arms, nice big stretch, open arms. Let's exhale, fold over the legs. Inhaling, rolling up. Find your way into just sitting upright. And we'll finish here, closing the eyes. Softening into our breath. Feel free to stay as long as you like. Sometimes a little trick is to give yourself maybe 5 more breaths as soon as your mind starts to tell you to come out. Let's see what happens. So thank you for joining me or watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, and hopefully I'll put up some more videos eventually. I know I'm slow to do this stuff, but have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. Much gratitude. Shanti.